Let me tell you about the time that I set myself on fire. The year was 1993, and I'm driving the 83 Monte Carlo, and I got my homies with me. I'm gonna leave their name off of this just for this sake. Uh, and we had been smoking some herb. So we pull into a convenience store, and my Monte Carlo man was a gas guzzler, and it was always leaking oil. So I'm checking I'm popping the hood, I'm checking it for oil, man, and and I'm faded. So I'm thinking that my car was leaking antifreeze too. So pops the hood and that little cap, that old school cars, man, you had to kind of take that radiator cap off to check the antifreeze, but you normally have to let it sit for a minute, and cool off, let the pressure build, and then you could pop that top off. But I didn't do it. I popped it off immediately, and that shit came gushing out, man. And I'm telling you, it's a miracle that I still have a face because it just hit the side of my chest and arms. I was dressed in a white tee at the time and jean shorts, some jabots, and so that damn shit just melted the shirt like I didn't even have it on, and just melted to my skin. I could feel my skin sliding off, and it was like I felt like I was on fire. You know what I'm saying? It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. I wouldn't wish it on my enemy. And so I ran into the convenience store and I jumped into one of those freezers, the kind they got the bags of ice they sell, for your cooler and all that. I jumped in there, and you know, my boys were laughing at first because they thought the shit was funny until they realized just how serious it was, and then they called the police. I'm not even sure who called the police. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just out of my mind in excruciating pain, and my father showed up, and he drove me to the hospital, and because I think he lived like right around the corner, so he got there even faster than the ambulance did, and he raced me to the hospital, and I can't even remember like what happened next, what they did to me. They cut my clothes off and stuff like this right here. Anybody who's ever been in an emergency probably knows all this stuff right there. I can only just describe it. It just says it's almost like somebody was just peeling your skin off. That's how excruciating that pain felt.